Good morning, everyone. Oh gosh, there's my creepy clown music. Oh gosh, how do I get that up? Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to close my files out. Okay. It's still playing. Oh my goodness. Let me figure it out. Okay. Okay. I got it fixed. Goodness gracious, there's that guy down the road ripping his stupid motorcycle. April Sunset, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I saw Bella Luna in here. Good morning. Let me go back through the list. Very Merry, Light Feather, Mel, Faithful One, Saz, Jamie, Jean, Red Ram Media, Michelle P, Mandy Hall, TC. Am I missing anyone? Cheryl, Just Jax, TC, Denise R, Jackie C, Shay Shay. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Good morning to everyone. I hope y'all's all having a great Monday. Monday morning. Crap. I meant morning instead of Monday. It's Tuesday morning. Right? Is today Tuesday? Yeah. So I seen something about Madeleine. We're going to talk a little bit about Madeleine McCann this morning. A little bit about Lori and Chad Daybell. We're also going to talk about a Playboy bunny playmate that committed suicide. Hold on just 1 minute, guys. Let me let my stinking dog in the room. Come on, baby. Come on. Good girl. Sit. No, we're not loving right now, baby. Hold on. Yeah, it's Tuesday. I meant to say, I hope y'all are all having a good morning, and I said Monday. Gosh, I get my words mixed up all the time. It's been a hell of a week already here on YouTube, hasn't it? I'm exhausted from all the crap that goes on listening to it. That's what I was thinking, Lisa. It's Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah, no, I get mixed up. Let me find what I was going to read about Madeleine. Also, guys, I figured out why I'm having trouble playing videos when I'm screen sharing. So what I need to do is find the video or the article first. And after the video starts playing, then screen share. So they've put out a new article about Madeleine McCann's case. It said Madeleine McCann's parents were told there is concrete evidence that she is deceased. It's been a crazy few days. I get mixed up too. Hey, Angel, good morning. Yeah, me too, Saz. I was so pissed off yesterday I couldn't see straight. You know, the subject of suicide is just a very sensitive topic for me. Tomorrow is the 12th anniversary of when I witnessed that suicide. Yesterday I said it was the 11th. I miscalculated. I can't add worth crap. But it happened June 17th, 2008. So it's been 12 years, right, guys? It's just a very sensitive topic for me. And no, I don't have selective outrage. I've heard people say, oh, we got selective. Lady, stop. Outrage. No. When anyone's attempted suicide is thrown in their face or their loved one's suicide, pisses me off. I don't have selective outrage. When I heard someone else say something one time about someone's attempted suicide, and I didn't like it, and I didn't support it. But anyhow, we'll save the suicide topic till last because we're going to talk about that Playboy bunny. Let's get back to Madeleine. Yeah, it touched many of us, not something to throw around. No, it's not. I usually mind my own business, guys, and I don't say much about the drama going on. But it really affected me. It really did. I'm having a hard time anyways. I always have a hard time this time of year. I'm not even sure I'll do a live stream tomorrow morning, to be honest, because of it. But anyhow. The parents of missing British girl Madeleine McCann have been formally told that there is concrete evidence she is dead, according to reports Tuesday. German prosecutors investigating a jailed rapist, who is now the prime suspect in the 2007 abduction, gave the heartbreaking warning to Maddie's parents, Kate and Jerry McCann. In a letter, the Sun said, "We have written to the McCanns to tell them Madeleine is dead, and explaining we just cannot say what the evidence is," German prosecutor Hans Christian Walters said Tuesday. "We have concrete evidence that our suspect has killed Madeleine McCann," he insisted of Christian Bruckner, who is behind bars for raping an American tourist. Well, actually, she was an elderly lady, and she was living in Pride de Luche. I think the hurricane had destroyed her home in Louisiana. Okay, he said there is no realistic hope she is alive, stressing this is a murder case, not a missing persons case. Kate and Jeremy, okay, never mind. That's just talking about their photo. British police were also alerted to the conclusion, but were not giving all the evidence, Walters said. "I do not think the McCanns have been informed of all the details, but they know the results," he said. The McCann's lawyer in Portugal, where Maddie was abducted from a vacation resort in May 2007 when she was 3 years old, insists the German investigators should release the evidence they have backing the death claim. Oh, I totally agree. They should release it. "I sympathize with the parents, but if we reveal more details to them, it might jeopardize the investigation." Well, I understand that too. I know it would be a relief to the parents to know how she died, but it would hamper the investigation if we give away too much information. We can understand the pain of the parents and they want relief, but it is better for them that we have a clear and successful conclusion to the case. He said there is no forensic evidence, just other evidence which indicates she is dead. Well, what kind of evidence is it if there's no forensic? "It would be easy for them. I could tell them what we know, but I can't," he said of the parents. The McCann family spokesperson, Clarence Mitchell, told the Sun, "Kate and Jerry simply do not comment on private correspondence received from police nor will they be giving a running commentary. Madeleine would have turned 17 on May 12th this year. Yeah, what's up with it? And like, who writes a letter? What police writes a letter to the parents? Why didn't they make a phone call? It just don't make sense to me. I mean, maybe they don't want to jeopardize the investigation like they said, but they've been looking for their daughter since 2007. I think they deserve some answers. Wouldn't that be kind of like hearsay? You'd think, Michelle. Confusing is why they can't share this information with the parents. I know, Sass. That just don't make sense. See, they have been criticized because I think the German police already knew about this guy a long time ago and knew he may have had something to do with Maddie's disappearance, and they didn't do anything about it. So he had plenty of time to get rid of all the evidence. Not going to get my hopes up this will be solved anytime soon. I've got my hopes up, Jean. I shouldn't have. Andrea, they found child porn on his computer. I wonder if they found something to Madeleine. Hey, that's a good question. Now, would you consider someone's computer and the evidence on that? That's not forensics. Forensics is like DNA and stuff and blood evidence, right? It's cruel. Hey, Norma, it's cruel to do to the parents. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not trying to victim blame or anything, but I never did understand why they left those kids alone. I know there's nothing we can do about it now. There's probably no use in me even saying anything about it, but I just never could understand that. I know they never dreamed nobody would come and snatch their little girl. Gosh, they were in a foreign country on vacation. I know it's easy to just sit back and judge them. I know they've been through a lot. I've clicked on another article. Here it says the parents of missing British girl Madeleine McCann have denied reports that they received a letter from the German authorities regarding proof that their daughter is dead. So this article is saying her parents didn't get the letter from German authorities. Why is German authorities lying? Did they get a damn letter or not? That in itself has been my issue too. I know, Juju. Me too. I just can't figure out why. What in the world was they thinking? Gosh, anything could have happened. And of course, something did happen. Someone grabbed Madeleine, but I'm just saying, weren't they thinking about maybe the room could catch on fire or anything like that? And why weren't the kids eating dinner with them? They were on vacation. I thought when families go on vacation together, they eat together. We always did. I mean, maybe they want some adult time. I don't know. Sometimes fancy-wancy people do stuff like that. They don't let the kids eat dinner with them and their adult friends. They have to eat separately. If they found pictures on his computer, would they be dated after she disappeared? That would, it moved. That would prove he was the last to see Maddie alive. I think this guy, it's a good possibility that he is the right guy. My gut feeling is telling me they're on to something with this guy. He was close in the area the night that Maddie disappeared. His cell phone, he made a phone call not far from where the McCanns were staying at. He had a history of burglary. I can never say that daggone word. Breaking into homes. The reason they found out who raped the older American lady in Pride Deluge is because he videoed it. He videotaped raping her, tying her up, beating on her. And then somehow one of Christian's friends stole that camera from him. I don't know all the details, I've forgotten. But they stole the camera from him, and it ended up in law enforcement's hands. Okay, they also found video footage of a younger woman tied up, being beaten on, raped. She was begging him to untie her. I think he took Madeleine. I really do. I think it's a real good possibility he did. Sicko. Just wondering. I have a gut feeling with this guy too. Never had that before. They're also linking him to other missing kids that didn't become as well known as Maddie. Yes, I heard that he was linked to, if I'm not mistaken, a little German girl, a little girl from Germany's disappearance. Now, he is a convicted pedophile. Oh my gosh, I'm muted. I was muted, guys. I was saying he's also, I went to find his picture. I forgot I was muted. Thank you, Lot Feather. Tell me. He is linked to a 13-year-old's rape. When I went to find his picture, I found something else. Let me get on my phone. We're going to read it from my phone that way. I don't have no scrolling problems, and I don't get annoyed. I do need to look up how to pronounce his name later correctly. Okay, German, Madeleine McCann murder suspect, won't answer any questions. Let me find that article. It was by the Daily Mail. Something about raping a 13-year-old. I hate when I do that. Find stuff on my Chromebook, then go to get it on my phone. Belgium reopens 1996 murder case, possibly linked to Madeleine McCann. Gosh, he's linked. So this guy is linked to so many cases. There's got to be something there. Okay, one of his exes said he seemed like the perfect gentleman. Boy, did he have her fooled. Okay, let me go back here. Let me stop screen sharing. Let me go back and find the article on my Chromebook. So I just saw it. Right here it is, 5 hours ago. Give me just a sec, guys. Let me open my chat back up on my phone. Light Feather, if it hadn't been for you, I would have kept on talking and not even known I was muted because I wasn't on my StreamYards. I was on another tab. Madeleine McCann suspect Christian Bruckner is investigated over rape and murder of a 13-year-old German boy. Oh, it's a German boy. Let me see if I can scroll. The man suspected of having killed Madeleine McCann is now under investigation for the sickening rape and murder of a 13-year-old boy in Frankfurt, whose body was mutilated. Christian Bruckner, the suspect in the case of the disappearance and believed murder of Madeleine McCann, has been named by Frankfurter Neuer Press as a potential suspect in the murder of Tristan. Crap, an ad covered it up. God, I hate when that happens. The Daily Mail, man, their articles and stuff, you can be reading them, and then all of a sudden a big ad goes all the way across the screen. Okay. Tristan Brubach in March 1998. Now, Tristan's body was found in an underpass known as Linderbach near the Frankfurt Hauptstrasse train station in the city of Frankfurt in the German state of, oh my gosh, I cannot pronounce all these German names. Hesse, Hesse. So this little 13-year-old boy was brutally raped, murdered, and his body mutilated, and they think that Christian Bruckner did it. He just linked to a lot of cases. I don't believe in coincidences when it comes to these true crime cases. Those ads drive me crazy. The Daily Mail, I hate reading stuff from them, especially when I'm on here with you guys. It never scrolls right. You'll be reading something, it'll scroll on its own, or a big ad will come and block the whole thing out. It's so annoying. They need to work on that for sure. We can call the Daily Mail the Daily Fail here. It is the Daily Fail. I always have problems when I'm trying to read their crap, even on my phone sometimes. They are the Daily Fail. Them stupid ads kill me. Don't they know that people don't want to be reading stuff and a big ad come across there? Liz, I bet if they reran documentaries on TV relating to prisoners who won't confess served alcohol, they might get a lot of information. Yeah, the ones that won't confess, get them drunk. You know, a drunk person usually tells the truth. When they say stuff, they're usually telling the truth. Yes, ads loading really mess up reading. Yeah, I absolutely hate reading stuff from the Daily Mail. I've always been that way because it always does that crap. And just the way they put out their articles, you know, they'll put all these pictures in and then have like a big paragraph under the picture. And then the article will continue later on down the page. It's just so weird. It's very annoying. But I'm hoping and praying that this is the right guy. I wish he would confess, but he's not answering questions about it, our ad. But I just, you know, the family needs closure. They need to know where their daughter's at, her body. They can give her a proper burial. It's untelling what this sicko done to her. If he is the right guy or whatever sicko that took her that night, it is untelling what that child went through. I have a feeling that she may have been killed the same night she disappeared. Because, you know, just about as soon as she was reported missing, police was everywhere. It was making the news and stuff. So, everyone who had her was probably like, I've got to get rid of her quick. Can't get caught with her. Because that's kind of like a small area at Pride Deluche, I believe. They were going to check wells near where he was staying at the time. Oh, really? Andrea, him being less than a mile away an hour before she went missing, there's talk he was on the phone contact with a guy that worked at the complex telling him which apartments were empty to rob. Oh, really, Andrea? Well, I know that they were checking phone records to see who was close in the area when Maddie went missing. They was like checking everybody's from what I could understand. So I think it's a really good possibility this is the right guy. Him, like Andrea said, he was less than a mile away an hour before she went missing. And he is convicted pedophile, convicted rapist. Were they close to the beach? I don't know. I really can't remember, Liz. I have trouble remembering where they staying at, like a resort, or was this like a beach house? I've researched this case and read a bunch of stuff and watched a bunch of stuff, but it's been like 2 years ago. Okay, here's something. It says he's refusing to answer questions unless prosecutors prove he was involved. The man suspected of murdering Madeleine McCann will not answer questions unless prosecutors prove he was involved. It's been reported. He's 43 years old. His lawyer says he will refuse to answer questions about Madeleine until the German authorities provide proof he was involved in her disappearance. German investigators believe Christian killed Madeleine soon after abducting her from the holiday apartment in the Portuguese resort of Praia da Luz in May 2007. Okay, so it was a holiday apartment. The Times said investigators are searching for a link connecting the suspect to an incident involving a 10-year-old British girl in the same resort in 2005. The same year, he raped an elderly lady at a villa nearby. This is the guy, guys. It's got to be him. This is too much of a coincidence. He's a predator. 2005, there was some kind of incident involving a 10-year-old British girl. Same resort. Then he raped that elderly lady a year and a half before Maddie disappeared. It reported the police were aware of 9 sexual assaults, 3 attempts against British girls aged from 6 to 12 who were holidaying in the area between 2004 and 2006. This is on Yahoo News, guys. Okay, so his lawyer said Mr. B is remaining silent on the allegation at this time on the advice of his defense counsel. This is quite common in criminal proceedings. It is the duty of the state to prove that a suspect committed a crime. No accused person has to prove his innocence to the investigating authorities. Well, here in America, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but hey, you got to prove your innocence in a court of law. This guy, I'd convict him in a heartbeat if I was sitting on a jury and he was here in the States. I mean, this is convicted pedophile. He was like a mile away from where Maddie disappeared. He's got a history of doing this at the same resort. He did it. I could about bet you my bottom dollar he did. Okay. Police in northern Germany sent him a summons letter 7 years ago to appear for questioning in relation to the missing persons case of Madeleine McCann, the Daily Telegraph reported. The move happened before significant police investigation and may have allowed Christian to destroy any evidence that may have existed, experts told the German newspaper Der Spiegel last week. I don't know if I say that right. Ulf Kutsch, the former head of police in the German city of, oh gosh, I can't say this, Braunschweig, said sending the letter was a huge mistake. Gooch said he did not know about the summons despite his role at the time as supervisor for the office. So, okay, so I think this is what this is saying is 7 years ago, they sent Christian Bruckner a summons to appear for questioning regarding, I think, Madeleine's case. But he never showed up, I don't think. So they sent him that letter wanting to question him about Madeleine. How dumb is that? Then he destroyed evidence, more than likely. Didn't know he'd done before at the same resort. Me either, Sass. I didn't know this. I'm just learning this new stuff with y'all. Portuguese police are said to be considering searching abandoned wells near a farmhouse rented by Christian B on the outskirts of Praia da Luz in the hope of finding clues into Madeleine's disappearance. I think Madeleine her body is still in Praia da Luz somewhere. Maybe outside of it a little bit in another city, but it's in Portugal. No, they weren't equipped for that type of investigation. Kind of reminds me of like the police down in Sullivan County. I know they were overwhelmed when Evelyn Boswell's case happened because they'd never had to deal with anything like that. Of course, they've dealt with murders and stuff, but this was like all over the national news. I've never seen Kingsport police give a press conference like that. But I think they're kind of got overwhelmed with that case as well. Well, we'll just have to keep following it, and hopefully they find something to connect him to Madeleine. And they got 100% proof that he did something to her. I hope they find something. I'm just not trusting the German police right now. And that's no offense to anyone that's from Germany, lives in Germany. I'm just talking about the police. I'm not trusting that. Who sends a letter to a suspect? Oh, come in, we're going to interview you about a murder investigation. How stupid is that? Then the person's going to go destroy the evidence. And what kind of police department sends a letter to the parents? It says, oh, I think your daughter's dead. You don't pick up the phone and call them? No, Madeleine's parents is denying they received a letter. Something's fishy. She was probably horrified, Mary. I'm trying to drink out my Hardee's coffee cup. It made a noise. No, they could have done a little better and locked the streets down for starters. Exactly. Light feather. I'm on the fence with this one. Do I think he is a sick human being and committed other crimes at the same resort? Yes, but I'm not positive he took Madeleine. Yeah. Well, I'm not positive either, but I'm like about 98% sure he did. Just my gut feeling. I've got no proof of it. I just feel like there's too much there to be a coincidence. Yeah, they tipped him off, bunch of idiots. Goodness gracious, what kind of cops do that? The Portuguese police really messed up on this case. Yeah, sure did. Now, we're going to talk about Chad Daybell a little bit. I've seen that he pleaded guilty. They all do when they're charged. They all plead guilty at first. I don't know why. It's just something they do. Let me pull up my Google Drive because I thought I uploaded their mugshot of them being side by side together. Yeah, this morning. Thought I did it yesterday and didn't. Let's take a second to load. I think StreamYards would work a little bit better than this. I mean, I upgraded. Let me see. Let me go to recent. Oh, I wanted to show y'all this picture. If I can get it pulled up. I will screen share it. This is a picture of little JJ with his dog. Oh, they look so cute. They look so cute together. The dog's name is Bailey, and it's a Labradoodle. Very smart dog. These two were two peas in a pod together. That dog really made a big difference in JJ's life. It helped keep him in bed at night. It helped keep him calm. And they just had a really beautiful bond from what I understand. Just looks so cute. He looks so happy and proud and in that picture. Well, I was sure I uploaded that other picture. Sometimes I will upload stuff and then I'll go to find it and it didn't upload. Maybe I just thought about doing it. Who knows? Sometimes I'll be thinking, I'm going to go do this, and I mean to, and then I don't remember if I've done it or not. Like the PTSD and stuff really affects my memory. I'm going to share this picture again into my Google Drive of Chad and Lori because I'll need it later. Give it a few minutes. Okay, so Jesus Christ. Okay. Cult mom husband Chad Daybell pleads not guilty after remains of missing children. Lori Vallow's children are found. Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow. Boy, Crime Online sure has that title messed up. It says remains of missing JJ Vallow. Okay, never mind. I thought they had their names mixed up. Never mind. Chad Daybell, why do they keep saying stepfather? He is not their stepfather. Lori Vallow's two children, Chad Daybell's, the stepfather of two children who were found dead in his backyard in Idaho, has entered a plea of not guilty to 2 felony counts of concealment or destruction of evidence. Now, they said stepfather in the article. I didn't want to say it like that, but I was getting tongue-tied, so I just read it. He's not their stepfather. On Tuesday, okay, we know all that. Let's just get to... Okay. So authorities have not revealed what led them to the children who would be found at Chad Daybell's home. The East Idaho News report notes that a probable cause affidavit was sealed by the court, reportedly because it is necessary to prevent harm to any person or persons. Oh, so somebody saved their own butt. That's why they have sealed this. Someone made a deal with authorities. Someone knew those bodies were in the backyard. And it's probably Lori's niece, Melanie Boudreau. Why else would it say that? The probable cause affidavit was sealed by the court, reportedly because it is necessary to prevent harm to any person or persons. That means somebody cooperated with police. But Chad has pleaded not guilty. Let me get to my chat for a minute. Maybe if she had killed the dog, that would have thrown a big red flag in her face. Well, see, hold on, guys. Let me go get my smokes just a second. The dog was given to JJ through some kind of group. Someone trains them and they, give them to little children that need a service dog. She put an ad online to sell that dog. And the person that trained that dog saw it, contacted her. Like, Lori, you can't sell that service dog. You got to give it back to us. So they got the dog back and gave it to another little child. That ought to have been a big red flag right there, getting rid of his dog, trying to sell it. She is so greedy. Oh gosh, please don't let me be locked in here. Okay. She had that dog priced pretty high, which those dogs are expensive because of all the training they have. I always wanted one of those dogs. I think Red Rum's family has one, maybe. I think it's a Labradoodle, maybe not. Hey, Red Rum, don't your mom have a dog like that? I legitimately just told my husband last night we need a service dog for a little bit. I think that would really, really help him, Red Rum. Dogs are amazing. Hey, there's some dogs, people that's a real bad diabetic, they have these service dogs. The dogs can tell before their sugar drops. And they will alert them. Hey, you need to do, take your medicine or whatever. They alert them. Your sugar's dropping. They smell it. Crazy. I love dogs. I don't think she said anything either, Liz. I don't think that Lori said a word to authorities. I think it was her niece. Because her niece's husband had been wired up trying to get information for the authorities. He's the only one that had enough common sense to be like, hey, we're going to go down with this with them, Melanie. You're going to go down. We don't save ourselves. Her ass would be in jail right now if it hadn't been for her husband. What's his name? Ian Pelosi. JJ's prescriptions were never refilled, plus they found the meds unused. Yeah, see, that's a big red flag. And in my mind, when I found out she gave that dog away, I was like, that little child's probably passed away. Why else would she give that dog away? If she had him stashed at someone's house, wouldn't she need his dog to be there with him to keep him calm? Because JJ has autism. The whole purpose of him having that dog was to keep him calm, keep him in bed. Now, wouldn't he be really upset if he was stashed at someone's house around people he really didn't know? His dog not there? Yeah, that's what I always had going on in my brain. Hi, everyone. I heard the blonde in the hat was the coroner. Oh, really? It was reported that a female with a hat was on the site prior to digging. So a female was spotted, are y'all trying to say a female was spotted at Chad Daybell's property near where the grapes were? There's their stinking picture finally uploaded. This is the one I wanted to show y'all yesterday. How they got the same look on their face. That frown. I want to know what that means. A body language expert could tell us. Speaking of body language experts, the Dialogue channel just uploaded a video, I think it was last night, where they're analyzing Carol Baskin's behavior, her body language. I've yet to watch it, but I'm going to. Yes, before they start to dig, I heard about that. Wearing a baseball cap, the female. Hey, if anyone wants to call in, give me your thoughts, opinions on this case, I will share the link. Y'all can come up, tell me what you want about Vallow's case or whatever case. Means it's over, Michelle P. Yeah, but there's something else that means. I've heard the Dialogue lady say it before about the downward frown, but I can't remember what she said. I could tell you because I'm an expert. This is a classic case of being an asshole. Classic case of being a monster. Wendy B, good night. I forget everybody's not on my time. Like Saz, I'll be in here saying good morning. It's afternoon for them. Makes me sick too. But they both got that same frown going on. Their lips is exactly the same. Downward. Boy, Chad looks rough in that photo, don't he? Of course, it was 7 o'clock in the morning. But just imagine what had to have been going through his mind this whole time. He had to have known the walls was closing in on him. I wonder if he was pacing the floors. I wonder if he slept at night. Wonder what was going through his brain when they banged on the door and said, search warrant, everybody out. I bet he about, you know what, a brick. Crapped a brick. Could have been showing where the bodies were. Gene, that could have been why someone was there. Remember what they did to Crystal Kenny? They had her, in the Kelsey Barrett case, they had her dressed up like she was an FBI agent. So she could take them out to Patrick's Land and show them around where the burn pile was, all this and that. None of us even knowed it till afterwards. Burying their bodies on your property, not the bride. I know, Liz, I know. Like, they're not the two brightest crayons in the box. Carolina girl, hey girl. Glad you made it. She's trying her best to summon a portal. Hey, she's a celestial being. She should teleport her ass right on out of jail with her old ugly husband. He's uglier than sin. I usually don't say nothing about people's looks, but when it comes to these killers, child rapists, abusers, I dog them out of hell. I don't care. They are ugly to me, physically and on the inside. They're ugly. These two how do I say this? They have had evil in them their whole lives. This is just not something that happened one day. They decided they was going to do all this. They've always had something wrong with them. Always. They've never been normal. Pieces of shit. Had a dentist appointment. Sorry I'm late. Oh gosh. Here sometimes this summer I'm going to be getting a lot of dental work done. And I dread it. Probably be off YouTube for a little bit when that happens. According to how my mouth feels, I guess. Oh, guys, I got to get my charger for my Chromebook here. Let me plug it back up. Okay. I just never seen two people with the same mouth expression like that. Weirdos. I can't even remember if I screen shared that with y'all. I get so pissed off of them too. Yeah, I did. Okay. Sometimes I'll think I'll be screen sharing and I'm not. Agree with you, CC. Evil their whole lives. I've known people like that. It's just like Chris Watts. Chris Watts was never normal. He just didn't meet Nicole Kessinger and decided, hey, I'm going to kill my own family because I met this woman. He is never right. He never loved his family. I don't think Chris knew how to be a normal person because he wasn't normal. He just mimicked what other people done. You know, he just acted like, like a normal person would. But that's what it was, an act. That wasn't really him. I know plenty of people that have had affairs, been through nasty divorces. They never harmed their kids. I know people like fell head over heels in love with their mistress and stuff. They never killed their wife and kids. Yeah, the frown is a far cry from the smirk Lori had that day in the courtroom. I know it, Kelly. She was bouncing through there. Did y'all see her when she left the courtroom that day? She just bounced out of there, her hair slinging. Burns me up. None of them are anywhere near normal. No. And I believe it's something that's been wrong with them their whole life. I don't believe it's just something that happened in the last few years. I mean, you'd have to be friggin' crazy as hell, batshit crazy, to believe the crap that Chad has told people. I can't believe Lori actually believes she's a celestial being. Let's see what happens on July 2020 when she's not leading all them people into heaven like she thinks she's going to. Do you know probably what's in this woman's mind, though? I thought about this. She probably thinks to herself, oh, they're trying to crucify me like they did Jesus, persecute me. That's probably what that crazy thing thinks. I've thought about that. She probably don't think she's done a thing wrong. She just thinks everybody's trying to persecute her. Lori's a black widow. Look at all the people that's died around her. And Chad. They can use religion all they want, but the facts are they murdered those two innocent children and probably murdered Charles and Tammy too because they were in their way. That's the way their minds think. I don't know how any child could be in anyone's way. She is delusional. CC, link mail. Okay. Mel, I'm gonna send you the link through Hangout so that nobody else gets it, okay? Last time I shared a link, here comes somebody popping up there I didn't even want up there. Not none of y'all in the chat, just somebody else one day. Crap, come on, Hangouts. It's not wanting to load. Okay, there's the link. Just turn on your camera, Mel, so I can see it. There's some way that you can verify people that come up here. Daughter-in-law's birthday's the 20th, Pam. Well, I put the link in there. Let me see if I can get Hangouts to load. Maybe if I close my Google Drive, it might. It just, when you use StreamYards, it just don't want you opening up other tabs. Really pisses me off because I just paid them $25 to upgrade so that we could stream unlimited, do different things. Nah, it's not letting me open Hangouts, Mel. Opened up a new tab. I didn't mean to. Mod Boss. You want to turn your camera off before I click you? Mel? Okay.
What's up, bitches?
Peace, bitches. No, I'm just kidding.
This case makes me so mad, Cece, and I don't normally have, I love true crime and stuff, but right. I think I love you more than love true crime sometimes. So sometimes I'm a bit behind on things. I don't remember every case. But this case shits me off so much because of the autism factor.
Yeah, I knew that.
And I will tell you why.
Okay.
You've said it before, but I just want to reiterate it. That when an autistic child has something that comforts them, something that they love, something that keeps them, calm, you do not take it. And that is when I knew that those kids were not with us any longer.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I know you said it before, but I was just like, nope.
Because, I mean, I know how you tell me Joshy is and stuff, and how kids with autism don't like new things, right?
No.
This kid would have been very upset if he was took to someone's house and stashed away from everything he knows and his dog not there. And him with autism, he would have had.
My kid hasn't even stayed a night away without one of us, one of his parents. Like, it's just, and some kids are more used to things like that if they've got active grandparents and stuff, but you just wouldn't even do it. You wouldn't. If you gave one shit about your child, you would not do it. Full stop.
I was trying to remove the comment from the screen, but I don't know if I did it or not.
The only thing that would have made me feel like there was a possibility was because of the fact that his sister was gone too, and she seemed to play a very large role in his life.
Yeah.
And that might have comforted him somewhat, but the fact that he wasn't in his own bed, in his own place, and all the rest of it, no.
Yeah, and Tylee didn't have her cell phone. Lori had her debit card. Go figure. Of course, she's all about money.
But there's still, I still have this tiny bit of something in me which, and I know everyone's going to be against this, but there's still something in me that wonders whether she actually knew what did happen to the kids, really. I don't know why, but it keeps coming back to me. Did she act with the smirks? Yes, she could just be that cold-blooded, but the smirks in court and all that sort of shit sort of said to me, I know the kids are fine, and you're all going to get a shock one day. You know what I mean? I just wonder.
I have actually thought that. I mean, could Chad have said, I'm going to go put the kids at this house and stash them so they're safe, and really he went and killed them? But why?
Yeah.
What would have been the motive for him to do that to her?
I didn't say I got any further in my thought than that.
No, I know. I mean, I thought the same thing. I'm just trying to figure out, if he did do that, what would have been the motive besides he's just sick?
Control, getting them out of the road so that he could make her fulfill her prophecy. Him thinking that maybe the grandmother told him to get rid of them and not to tell her because, she was their mother after all. I don't know. I really don't know. But as a mother, I just think that as a mother of an autistic child, you would know that your kid would not go easily anywhere without you. You know what I mean? So I think I sort of just figured that out for myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, she must just be that cold-blooded.
I think, I have thought about that. What if she didn't know? I think she knew, though.
Yeah.
I think it's all part of their plan, their sick plan to get everyone out of their way.
I just can't comprehend that.
Me either. I can't comprehend how someone's kids could be in their way. I think they got rid of Tylee because she witnessed what happened with Charles Vallow. I think Tylee knew that was set up.
Yeah, I think so too. But what my biggest question is, were the kids gone before Tammy? Or was Tammy gone before the kids?
Okay, so the kids were last seen in September.
Yeah.
So I think that they were gone before Tammy. She died in October.
Yeah.
Of course, they could have had the kids stashed somewhere and just killed them here recently. They'll be able to tell by the autopsy how long they've been, passed away and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's a possibility. Anything's possible right now.
It's crazy. This would actually be
Yeah.
a better movie than the Chris Watts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't like the Watts movie. I mean,
No, that was shit.
yeah, it really was. It
Did
was a
not.
day late, a dollar short. Everybody already knew what happened, and, it was just done in poor taste, too.
Yeah, it was. It really was. There was victimization going on in that.
Yeah. Yeah, they made out like Shanann was like this big control freak, and
I think she was to a point, but I don't think
I
that
think so.
even comes into it. You divorce someone, you don't just
Yeah,
freaking kill them.
exactly. There's a lot of people that, they're head of that. She was head of the household, basically. She had to be.
Yeah, I mean, I am too, but I just let him. I let my hubby, think he makes some decisions and stuff, and we're good. It's all good. But yeah, jeez.
I've always wondered if Chris premeditated that or if it's just something that he just
I
snapped.
wonder. I still wonder whether that Thrive had anything to do with it, and I know that's controversial, but that stuff jacks people up. I've seen other people on
You
that
know,
shit, and they are.
you know what it did to me?
I know, it made you so manic. You were all over the
Yeah,
shop.
it was like speed. It was
Yeah,
like doing speed.
and if you're not used to taking anything like that, it can unlock parts of your brain that you didn't even know exist.
I think the patches is what did it to me. Of course, I was taking the pill. I got like a 2 or 3 day sample, and I
Yeah.
take the pill. 30 minutes later, put the patch on and make me a shake. Oh my gosh, I think that stuff did something to Chris. I don't think you need to take that if you got mental illness.
Well, no, and I think, even if you had a mild mental illness and you also had an adverse reaction to caffeine and stuff, because there's a lot of caffeine in those things. I mean, look what
Yeah,
those energy drinks do to kids.
yeah. Now, see, I can drink an energy drink and it doesn't bother me like
Yeah.
that Thrive did.
Yeah.
Diet pills do me the same way too.
Yeah. No, I think something happened between that and the booty calls he was getting. He was just like, yeah. No, you're right, like Feather. Nothing excuses those actions ever.
I'm trying to figure out on my screen. It's showing like Karen's comment, Andre's comment, and I can't get them down. I'm trying to get them down. It won't let me.
Oh. Karen said, hello, Shay Shay.
So it brought me here 18 months ago. Oh, the what kid case? Yeah. Soul's been around a long time. I drink so much coffee. My body's used to caffeine. I drink a lot of coffee too.
Yeah,
Now,
I get headaches.
sometimes coffee will make me a little manic. It will if I drink too much.
Yeah. I think Thrive is like anything else. There are some people who can take this medication and not have problems. I'm not saying it's medication, but you know what I mean. Like some people can take stuff, other people can't. It just doesn't agree with them. And don't forget, she was also making food with it in there and all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, how much was he actually taken in?
Yeah, that case just, there's a lot I would like to say about that case that I hold back from saying the Watt case because I don't want people saying anything bad about Shanann, but there's a lot of things I question about the kids' medical stuff.
She
With
was
the allergies, I'm not.
She was very protective. She was very protective of them, of the girls, and she could have got to the point. She might have had a couple of scares or something, and then you can sort of get really overprotective and things like that. But I mean, when you look at all of the cases that you do on the daily, Cece. I think, you know, it's nice to see an overprotective mother rather than no mother at all.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying she was like had Munchausen by proxy, like Miss Mintz has said. No, I don't mean that at all. It's just with, like the chocolate allergy and stuff. I'm not too sure about that. They're allergic to chocolate, but yet they can eat certain types. See, that's confusing.
It depends what's in the chocolate, I suppose, because I've got a niece who's actually allergic to nuts. She's allergic to eggs, but she can have eggs that are cooked in cakes and stuff like that. And
okay.
Yeah. So it can be, there are different things. That's why my sister's always reading labels on everything, and she does it herself now too. So maybe she did put 100% of her trust.
That's why I never did say nothing about the kids' allergies, because I wasn't for sure, but I did question it in my mind. How could they be allergic to something but eat certain types? But now that makes sense.
Yeah, well, a lot of companies use a lot of different products. So you really have to, it's like with my grandbaby, Arlo, he was off all gluten foods because they thought he was gluten intolerant. So, like, we used to have to read every label of everything we gave him. Or he'd end up looking pregnant because his tummy would bloat up. Now he's not so bad with it. But yeah.
Says narcissism thrives, not good. No.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think Chris got a little taste of what life could be like without the ball and chains, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
yes.
1 and 1.
Shanann and the girls and baby Nico don't matter if she was controlling or not. They didn't deserve what happened to them.
No freaking way. Not at all. I've
just always been confused about the kids' medical, but you know what? That really don't got nothing to do with Chris murdering them, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. But I mean, you can still talk about it. But I just keep, whenever I think of that case, I think of him walking in the door with her with the T-shirt on and the pregnancy test. And it was like, you could see he was not, he was not in that moment. And she's got a camera at him.
What I think happened, I think he was already seeing Nicole at that point.
Probably.
Was he?
I mean, why was she looking him up a year ago if they only just, I
think she set her sights on him.
Yeah.
She met him at work, and then she set her sights on him, and she was looking him up to see, what his wife looked like and all that. But I've also thought in my head, how do we not know that they weren't dating a year before the murders?
Don't know. Could have been.
They could have just not met each other. You know?
Yep. God, are you wheezing? You sound like you got a wheeze.
Yeah, I do a little bit. Did I breathe hard?
Yeah.
I always breathe hard.
Yeah. Andrew said that to me. What? What?
System.
A what?
It said system UI not responding.
Have you run out of time?
No, I upgraded StreamYards.
Oh.
Yeah. I paid them like $25.
Oh, strawberries. I'm thinking, why is all these strawberries? Thought you were throwing
That's a new channel members.
Yes, Chris had always been suppressed and constantly got at. He lived disassociated from himself to get by, then just snapped. Seen it as he's taking his power back. Andrea, I couldn't agree more. I totally agree.
It's like he didn't have a backbone. Even if he didn't want to do something, he would just do it anyways because someone wanted him to.
But his mother was exactly, his mother made him that way.
Oh my gosh, her phone calls to him in jail I listened to, and it was all about her.
I miss you so much. I miss you so much. I get it. I would be devastated if one of my kids were in jail for that, but I can tell
Yeah,
you right
I
now, if it
get
was my
that.
son, I wouldn't be ringing him.
She's like, people are saying the most horrible things about us. It was all about her. He couldn't hardly get a word in edgewise. She talks more than me.
Everything that comes out of her mouth is bullshit.
So now they're saying that Chris Watts was an abused man. Miss Mintz is saying that.
No, I don't think. Look, I've said this 1,000 times. If he could have left. Anyone can leave, and I know that people get, there's children, money involved, blah blah blah. You can still leave. Leaving is always the better option.
Right.
So I actually wondered whether he had a bit of autism as well. His eyes. I always can tell if people have it by their eyes. I did wonder whether he got through life mimicking how other people were a little bit.
I think that's exactly what he did. He watched how other people acted and he mimicked it.
Yeah. Hey, how are you doing, sweetie?
We only have one life. I love her.
I know, she's gorgeous. She's a hot mother.
She is a good lady. She really is.
Yeah, she's good too. I just said she's a hot mama.
Hot mama. Yeah, she is hot. She got those I think they're Shelton ponies or something.
Shetland
ponies. Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're so cute. So cute. And the little one, and one of them like hides the food in the grass. Oh, funny. Yeah, so he did mimic, and I'm not by any means, claiming that I have doctoring skills and stuff like that, but living with Joshy made me see that I think even my older son has a bit of autism in him, and my husband even. And I think there are so many people who have it that are not diagnosed.
Yeah. I've thought about that myself. Do I have that? Because sometimes I can watch a video, the information don't sink in. I have to read it for myself.
That's a processing issue.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. If you've got like ADHD or something like that,
yeah,
then yeah, that's what I thought. I just couldn't remember. Then that would be that. Which, when they are testing children, ADHD and autism are so similar, except for some few things which they test for also, which determine whether it's ADHD or autism. They have a lot of similar characteristics. Hey, Verbal.
And little JJ, he was pretty high on the spectrum, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know what a spectrum was until I got on YouTube. I knew what autism was. I really wasn't educated about it. I'm still really not. I know a little. But I didn't know what the spectrum meant.
Yeah, it's just basically how high functioning you are. And my Josh is very high functioning, but even in saying that, I still feel like I think for him as well as myself, if that makes any sense. I'm always one step ahead of that kid because I know what's going to set him off. I know and that is why sometimes, like this week and, other things as well, I just get to the point where my brain's freaking exhausted and I'm like, I just shut down. Not for him, but I just, I just need to chill.
Hey, Trudy. Okay, so You have a son that has autism.
Yep.
So, what was your thoughts on Micah Stouffer adopting a little boy from China and 2 years later putting him in foster care because he has autism? She can't handle it. She said,
I think, from my perspective, her reasons for actually adopting the child in the first place were not good enough. I don't think she should have even, gone through with it. And I think
"Oh,
she was very overwhelmed. And I don't think most people do not know, like I was just said a second ago, even though Joshy is so high functioning, wow.
right,
We go through some shit. We really do. And, if you have a child that's even less high functioning, I can honestly say that if she did try and have the child put into another person's care, it was probably the best thing. It didn't turn out right, obviously, but you know what I mean? Like, if she thought she couldn't handle it, it's not good, but at least she did the right thing, I think, by trying to put him into a family where he would have what he needed.
right."
You know what I
Well,
mean?
she adopted him for content. Then her channel blew up. She set out to be famous, which is fine. People want their YouTube channels to be successful. I don't want to be famous, but
Yeah.
um she kept saying medical, like doctors told her it was the best thing. It was the best thing for her. I can't see a doctor doing that.
Well, see, this is the thing. I mean, if she was, yeah, I don't. Look, I wouldn't do it. I would find ways to, I would find ways to make it work and because there's always something that can help in a situation. But
Yeah, like, they're rich. They're rich. Why didn't they get someone to help them? Why didn't they get him a service dog? I mean, I just feel like she didn't try hard enough. She didn't love the child enough to try hard enough.
yeah. Oh, CC, you got a super chat.
Oh, didn't even see it. Bieber, thank you for the super chat. I can't find it on my StreamYard, so I'm gonna have to get
Thank
on
you,
my
hon.
phone here. Hello to Mel Mel. I love you, been praying for you. I want to tell the community, thank y'all so much for the support. I think y'all are awesome. So glad CC brought us together. Please hit the like and share button for my friend. Thank you, Bieber. You're sweet. Y'all
Thanks,
check out
Jamie.
Leave It to Beaver's channel. She's trying to build up her following. She hit 100 subscribers. She was so excited. I remember when I hit 100 subscribers. It
Yeah.
was awesome feeling.
138
She's on
now.
her way.
Go, girl.
I saw a passage where she was asking other adopted parents if their kids had food issues because Huxley kept watching her husband eat and it drove him crazy. Well, bless their hearts. That drove them crazy. You know what? I got 4 dogs watching me take every bite I take. These people are ridiculous. They didn't love that child. They did it for content.
Yeah, look, in
They
this,
also duct taped his thumb, Mel Mel. Duct taped
yeah,
his thumb so he wouldn't.
okay, not many people know this. Joshy is 11. Sorry, I've got 3 kids and 2 grandkids I have to try and process.
Yeah.
He only last year got rid of his pacifier. We call them dummies. And that's, it was just, he had that and he's got a little red blanket. He's still got the blanket, but one night he just, and we used to try and say, how about you try and go to sleep? And he couldn't. And some people say, well, you're
Yeah.
stupid. You shouldn't have let him. He's going to have dental problems, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do to make your child feel comfortable. And I don't give a flying fuck, excuse my language, what anyone says. He slept
If it sued,
because of it. He
if
slept
it sued, whatever.
and he
Right.
still has the blanket. You don't exactly. It was for his comfort. You do not duct tape a kid's head. This is what I mean. I know I'm not, my brain right now is really non-functional. There are cases where a child and a family haven't meshed, and they are better off being with another family and trying to find that family that they connect with. But you never go into adoption. You know, they have to go through counselling and all that sort of shit, CC, before they can adopt a child. You can't adopt a child and then, oh, that's too hard. You know, you've got to go through every single step trying to make it work before it gets to that point.
She was advised by a medical professional that it wasn't a good idea to adopt him, and she disregarded everything they said and went ahead with the adoption because it brought her views. She even raised money to adopt him.
She was told not to before she did it.
Yes. I watched the video of her saying it. Someone had made a video and they had a little clip, and it was more than a little clip, pretty good size clip. Yeah, she was advised not to adopt him. That he had just so many medical
process.
She went to China to adopt him. I don't know if she had to go to counseling or what. So for an adoption, she went all the way to China to get him from an orphanage.
Wow.
Most of the children in those orphanages in China do have some type of disability.
A lot of them do, and that's why they get put into the orphanages in the first place. There's a lot of kids over there with special needs, but the thing is that they don't, like, they're not doing as many international adoptions now as what they used to. So she actually stopped someone who could have really loved and wanted any child and done anything for the child from getting a child just so she could do it.
Right. Yep. That's exactly what she did. I mean, the doctor flat out told her, no, you should not adopt him. It's got a lot of medical issues. It's going to be a lot. She did it anyways. And she lied to everyone in her video. She wasn't even going to tell her subscribers that she had rehomed Huxley, as she likes to call it. Her PR people told her to do that video, to wear all white so they can look more innocent, like have a white background. But she lied. She said that Huxley had already found someone that was going to adopt him. That is not true. He is in foster care. She's a piece of shit. I left her a comment. I told her, I was like, you're a piece of shit for what you did to Huxley.
Boom. You just got CC'd.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Stick that in your merch shop.
I'm going to. We only have one last. Said she had taken his medical records to different doctors, and all of them told her not to adopt. Yep, it's truth.
Wow,
what is the truth?
So, what's happening with her then? Is she off the hook?
She has lost all kinds of sponsorships. People called the police department on her. I think she lives in Ohio. That's public knowledge. So I didn't dox her. She lives up in Columbus, Ohio. They called the police. They're investigating.
Good.
They're investigating to see if she fit to keep her other biological children. She treated that little boy different on camera, too, than her biological kids, by the way. Yeah.
That's just disgusting.
CPS is investigating.
And, you know, like, how many other kids did she have?
Gosh, 3 or 4.
So
3 or 4 biological kids.
You don't have 3 or 4 other biological children and then adopt one that has special needs. See you, Andrea. Thanks for coming, love. You don't do that, because then you're also not only hurting the one you're adopting, but you're also hurting your own other children, because you're spending so much time with the one that has the special needs as well. That's just, I can't even. We better not do this case, because
okay. So From what I understand, one of her biggest problems with Huxley is he bit one of her other kids a couple times.
Joshy bit. Okay, we're at my son's football game. Joshy ran up behind me. He was 2 years old, like a little freaking piranha, little pointy teeth. Ran up behind. I was the manager, so I was right on the sideline watching my boys. Ran up behind me, bit my ass, threw denim shorts, drew blood. I screamed. Everyone on the field stopped and stared at me. I was like,
I bet that hurt.
if I'm
bet a guy went for help.
If anyone goes
Beat
near
the
my
shit
butt,
out of him.
I can't even let Arlo near my butt. If he walks up behind me, I'm like, I'm triggered, okay? But geez, kids bite. Blake even hit Taylor once. She still remembers it. She's 25. Oh my God.
Yeah, we only have one life. She did have a baby after she adopted Huxley.
She what?
She sure did. She had another baby after she adopted Huxley. She's got a little baby. It may be 9 months old,
This
maybe
just
a
gets
year
worse
old.
and
Doubt
worse.
it.
I can't even with this one. I can't even.
Like, even if I didn't know this woman's story, just going to her YouTube, she's not the kind of YouTuber I follow. I don't like those fake people that pretend life is perfect, and
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I just don't like that.
That's
She's
actually
just
half
not
the
my.
reason I actually, like did my song video because I've just been singing songs all freaking week because I like singing and I like editing them. But
Yeah,
like I've had, like you have too, I've had a this is your bad month sort of thing. I've just gotten to the point of exhaustion with Andrew's new job and not sleeping properly and stuff as well. And I was like, nah, screw it. I do have depression. I've been medicated for 17, 18 years. Sometimes it gets on top of me. And so that's why I put it on my video. It's sort of taken its toll. It's kicking my ass a little bit. It's something that
yeah,
everyone should talk about. It's not something
yeah.
that should be, made taboo, and because it's life. Not everything is a bunch of roses. And
There is a lot of people that
yeah,
suffer from mental illness.
anyone who pretends that their life is like that, it's bullshit. What
Yeah,
you get with you, what you get with me, it is real. It's what you get. I'm the same off camera. You're the same off camera.
yeah.
There's no difference. And people like that shit me up the wall. And she should not have ever. She should not have. She shouldn't even have her kids. I'll say it.
No.
What she did to that poor kid was wrong. She should never have adopted him.
Well, they're investigating her CPS to see if she is fit to care for her other children now.
Mm-hmm.
This woman is a nut. She was a nurse. That didn't last long. It's before she got YouTube famous. She actually pushed a cart into a pregnant employee, and guess what? The pregnant girl got fired. Micah
What?
lied on her. Micah
She sounds
Stouffer
like
lied on her.
she sounds like a piece of work.
Hey, Kat. Yeah. You just don't never know about
No,
people. You really don't. I
no.
seen a Playboy Playmate, Ashley Mattingly, I think that's how you say her name.
Yeah.
She died from suicide. She put a gun in her mouth in April. They just released her autopsy results. She put
Yeah.
a gun in her mouth in April and pulled the trigger.
Shit.
Blew her head off. Yeah.
See, not everyone is lucky enough to have support and and good people around them. And some people are ashamed to even admit that they have problems and their life isn't perfect and things like that. I feel really bad for people like her who think that they can't talk to someone or, I mean, I always try to let people know that I'm there if they want to talk. sometimes I think that can also, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
It can also weigh on you as well, other people's issues, but I would much rather try and be there for someone, because everyone, everyone should have someone.
Yeah. You just don't, like this Playboy Playmate killing herself. Seemed like she had everything. She had
Yeah.
money, a little bit of fame, but she was suffering on the inside.
Yeah. I
Just
mean,
don't never know.
you think about how a lot of those girls get into those sorts of situations in the first place. There's usually some sort of trauma. Not that some of them don't just think, hey, I'd like to, have that lifestyle. But a lot of the girls are a bit damaged from something, and they find their way to that sort of
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
And
Most people that work in like the sex industry or in do porn videos, pictures naked, they've had some kind of trauma in their life, or strip or whatever.
yeah,
They've had some kind of trauma in their
yeah,
childhood usually.
yeah. And I'm not saying it's not a valid job. It is. If you need money and you need to put food on the table, do it.
Yeah, I don't judge.
But I do think a lot of people have issues to get to that sort of situation. But yeah, no, very interesting conversation tonight, Cece. Sorry, I'm a little bit bumfuzzled. Sometimes my words don't come out. I know, I think I caught it off you.
Hey, puzzled, yeah. If you hang around me long enough, your brain will get bumfuzzled. I stay so mixed up.
I didn't need to hang around
Hey,
you.
Smells in the house.
Hey, K Smalls. She was only 33.
We only have one last.
Oh, I was just reading what K Smalls said. She was only 33, had a twin brother and 2 sisters. Shame.
Oh, she's talking about the Playboy girl. Yeah.
And it's a really thing, things sorry, Cece, when things like this happen, and then all of a sudden, there's so much love for a person, and there's so many people come out of the woodwork. I wish they had have talked to me and things like that. If you think someone you know might be having problems, ask them. Ask them now. Because and sorry, Cece, I know this stuff is hard for you to talk about. Sometimes you don't know.
Right.
But, all these people, they come out of the woodwork and say, oh, I loved them, blah, 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 blah. Please ask. If you think your friends have a problem, ask them. We have a day here called Are You Okay Day, where, everyone sort of sends everyone, are you okay? And, it sort of gets a conversation going. And you can't, look, I don't mean it for everyone. I had lost a friend in my teens, and I knew he was having problems, and I used to talk to him about it every day on the way home, walking home from school. And then one day he didn't come to school, and then the next day he didn't come to school, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? He had done it, and I was just like, what? It broke me. It really broke me, because we talked, and you know what? I felt guilty because, he had told me things that even to this day I don't know if other people know. And I felt like I should have said something. Obviously, I was young, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Survivor's guilt.
Yeah, I
That's what that is.
I didn't know anything about that sort of stuff, But yeah.
Yeah, I was in 7th. I was in grade, and a boy that was in 7th grade, he'd been hanging out with this older guy, and they huffed some gas. Well, the older guy walked home, and the little boy killed himself after he huffed the gas. He went inside and got a shotgun and killed himself. Sure did.
Jesus. I think a lot of us have stories.
And there, There's the suicide prevention hotline number. I'm trying to put it in the chat if it'll go in.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
Something's wrong with StreamYard.
I should have probably
No, that's all right.
brought it up. I just think, just ask.
No. I had in my title about the Playmate.
Yeah. Oh.
About suicide. Yeah. It's all right. There was a lot of crap said yesterday about suicide on YouTube. Really, really pissed me off because tomorrow's the anniversary of when I witnessed Brett commit suicide, and it just really bothered me. I don't think, if someone's going to commit suicide and they really got it in their head to do it, they're probably going to. But that don't mean you shouldn't try to reach out and help them if they're struggling. Yeah. But you don't say stuff like you should kill yourself and pull the trigger. You don't say stuff like the wrong one commit. You just don't do that. I don't get pissed off a lot on here. That really offended me, and it's because suicide's just such a sensitive topic to me.
Yeah, and I think too. I know.
I'm just not going to people like that.
You might not want to stream tomorrow. I know you said that, but maybe if you're feeling up to it, just do a fun stream and just chatting and stuff, and it might help a little bit. Not any crimes or anything like that. Just do something fun.
Yeah, good idea.
Get your mind off it.
It's a good idea. I mean, maybe we could do some trivia. I'm thinking about, instead of ordering that book off Amazon, letting it ship to me, I'm thinking about just buying it and downloading it. Yeah. Onto like my Kindle app.
Do it. I think
just like real. I just like
chuck a one in the side chat if you want a trivia tomorrow. If CC's up to it, chuck a one in the side chat. We all know I love answering first and I get in trouble, but just chuck a one in.
Yeah, if you're feeling up to it, maybe you could come up with me. I know you've been depressed and stuff.
No, hell no. That's what I'm saying. I'm inviting myself already. I'm here. Okay. Girlfriend. I'm here.
Thanks for sharing the hotline number, Lucy Love. Thank you for the super chat, sweetie. I love Lucy. She's got kin people in my area, not far from me.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Thank you, Jamie.
You've got 58 people in here now. Hello, everyone, plus lurkers, watchers, whoever you are. Thank you. And
yeah, check out Mel channel.
What?
I said check out Mel's channel if you're not subscribed and you want to laugh.
Welcome to Mel's channel. She's currently going through a midlife crisis for the 4th time this year, and it's only June. Enjoy. I was inviting myself up tomorrow night anyway. You're tomorrow morning, if you want to do it. If you don't, message me. If you do, I will be here.
Yeah. I think it's actually a good idea if I just sit by myself. If I just sit by myself and just go over stuff overhead. So it's a good idea for me to do something to take my mind off of it.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Thank you. You don't need an invitation.
No, I don't need an invitation. I'll just bitch, give me a link.
I'm gonna. There's a Mel's link I put in. I'm gonna put Bieber's link in here. I'm trying to help her. Hey, Bieber, you got 139 subscribers.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
You're over 100.
Yeah, I put a link in before.
Kate Smiles, thank you. Thank you for being you, CC. Love you much. Thank you for the super chat. I love Kate. She probably don't live too far from me. I think I know what state she's in. Maybe one day her and I could Cheryl, Shug. Hey, Shug, you should do trivia about people in chat. Write down things that you know about the ones in chat and see if we can answer the questions about let's see how much we know about each other. Hey, that's a good idea.
That could be dangerous too.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
You could end up with doxing.
Enjoyed my first coffee break with you all. April Sunset says she's enjoyed her first coffee break with you all.
Oh,
well, thank you, April. You're a Southerner now. I think she's from UK.
Well, we can change that. I've turned Morgan into it. Hi, Morgan. She's probably lurking while she's working. She's a workaholic, so she just has it on listening, and she'll probably just freak out because I said her name out loud. Morgan. Yeah, I've turned her into an Australian. Because admittedly, and I have to apologize to everyone in side chat, on the weekend, I was baked. And I was still dropping links, CC. You didn't even notice. You just completely, you didn't even notice what was going on. Everyone's telling me to go to bed. And I'm going, I'm not going to bed. Then I said goodbye because I thought you were leaving, but apparently I was the only person that said goodbye, and I came back 10 minutes later, and I'm like, why are you still on? I was trying to have some sleep, guys.
I see when I'm talking and going on a rant about this true crime, I see y'all chatting. And I don't even read it because I'm just going on. I figure you're not talking to me anyways.
So I messaged Morgan on Messenger, and I'm like, dude, help me. They're talking to me, but I can't type fast enough to answer. And she comes into the side chat and she goes, all right, what's going on, you guys? I talk Australian now. And I was dead. So I've taught her Australian. So yeah, we can have a English Southerner, no problem at all. No problem at all.
Yeah.
We only have one life.
Southern.
I was so desperate for some sleep that I got some stuff. Hey, Pastor Ducey on the left-hand side. I'm sitting here and I'm typing a message, and it was just like slow motion, and then something else would happen, and I'm like, delete, start writing another one. But I was still dropping links. That's why I am.
You're good at links.
Incorporated.
I try to mod in Marsha's chat sometimes, and those ladies are so fast, I can't even approve a message. I've never seen moderators that fast.
Hey, Marsha loves my Mod Boss series. She actually really loves the series.
I like Marsha.
Because it's funny, because it's like sort of true, you know, like how some channels you think are run. Like, yeah. And it's like you can see the mastermind behind the whole situation that's happening in the chat.
Yeah.
Number 5, please get rid of that troll. Get rid of that troll. Okay, thank you. Okay, people coming in. Music. It's like a production.
Martha had a bunch of trolls come in one day, and I couldn't even zap one of them. Them ladies were so fast.
Depends what device you're on, because they come up faster on my iPad than they do on the MacBook.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I can usually hit them pretty fast.
Well, it's been a good chat this morning. I'm going to have to get off here and get some things done. I'm going to download that true crime trivia, and we'll do that in the morning. Hey, Cat Baloo. He must be behind.
Totally.
He's behind watching replay. He's talking about Madeleine.
Yeah.
I agree.
Awesome. We only have one life. I'll get back to it. I've got some plans coming up. I just, sometimes I wonder whether I really need to be on here or not, because it can do your head in. Oh, look at my pom-pom.
I know. That's why I try. Oh, that's so cute. I love those. I have some of those. That's why I try not to get involved in too much of the drama on here or comment on it. But, yesterday I did comment on it because suicide prevention is close to my heart. And I don't like see people say stuff mean like that. Because if you've ever lost someone to suicide or witness one, you would never make fun or wish it away.
It's obviously she hasn't, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I'm glad of that.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that upon nobody. Nobody.
No. Sometimes people have to think a little bit more before they talk.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it. I've done it.
Yeah, I know. We've all done it. I think people get mad and they say things they normally wouldn't say, but you got to think before you speak and stuff.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know.
I'm still paying for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like my
I'm just
life.
gonna pray for people like that, whether they want prayers or not. They're getting one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't pray, but I'll do some of them for you. All right. And then I'll give it one of them as well.
You mean, yeah, verbal, that's what I meant. You know, I get my words mixed up. I don't support. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
sometimes I get my words mixed up.
She gets bum puzzled, y'all. All right.
Yeah.
All
Y'all
right.
have blessed day. We will
Thank you
get
for
together
having me up.
Tuesday. I hope it's okay. I'm not going to give away where I think you're at, but I go to Royal King down in the other state. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm Googling that now. I'll find you. No.
This girl
Right,
has been on YouTube forever. She's probably done had people looking her up. Bless her heart.
Who's China
But
Heidi, Florida, Tampa Bay? Hi.
China Heidi.
Huh.
Hey, that's a cool name.
I know.
She got a pretty picture.
I know.
Hey, she's hot.
She's hot. Okay, we've got more hotties in the side chat.
Yeah.
Verbal, is that Verbal's picture?
Yeah, and he's got like the
Wolverine.
Wolverine fingers on.
I'm Wolverine.
Let's see.
All right, you guys.
Michelle's looking hot too.
Damn.
Yeah. Surrounded by hot women. Hot women, good looking men.
We look at everyone here.
I'm gonna get off. I know it.
Thank you for having me up. It's been really good. And I appreciate it. And thank you to everyone in the chat for your love. I have felt it and it's getting in there. I'm getting there.
Well, I'll see you in the morning up here. We'll do our true crime trivia.
Can't wait. I can't wait to answer before you dummies in the side chat.
I'm gonna duct tape her mouth.
You're so silly.
Oh, guys, I will see y'all in the morning. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for chatting. Thank you all for always being kind and respectful to me and to each other in the chat. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you all for the super chats too this morning. Love y'all. Be kind. Peace.